Hello? Hello, yes. Yes, I'm calling because some woman was making fun of another patron that was at this bakery that I was at, and he had a handicap. He had a lazy eye, and so she was making fun of him. And oh, you've already heard? Oh, yeah. Oh, I got it. Yeah. Oh, you're right. Oh, yes, you could not ever kick anybody out for making fun of a patron with a handicap. Oh, you're right, you couldn't. Yeah, okay, yeah. Sorry for wasting your time. Yeah, great. Okay, that's my ode to Lori Beth. Yes, she was doing that. She was pretending to talk on the frickin' phone to the bakery that she was at, and when she was making fun of a customer with a lazy eye. She was filming him and making fun of him eating. Well, her fat, ugly, ample ass is sitting there pigging out, okay? It's pigging out. What would happen if somebody filmed her eating something in a bakery and said that? Fat woman eating fat. Fat woman eating something fat. Why doesn't that woman eat a salad? Okay? What would happen? How would she like that? Okay? She wants to compare what happens here with what I do and others do with essentially trolling her to what she did in the bakery. She's like, oh, is it fair that they call me Lardo and make fun of my limp? Is that any better? No, it's not, you hypocrite. Okay, that's a little bit different than what you did, you freaking... Okay? What she is doing is voluntarily occurring from the privacy of her own vehicle or in her house, and she is putting herself out there to the public, to a public domain, in which she loves making money off of for being controversial. In fact, she has now stated that she makes so much money on YouTube that she can't stop. It's her income. It's her income. So, Tay and Irma Brooks Menchacha. Yeah, you're all enabling her with your freaking views, okay? You think I am? No, I'm not. Occasionally I do, but believe me, I have my sources that give me my supply, okay? So, she was saying that then if they kicked her out for putting some innocent man with a handicap on a public forum for her to get views and money, this poor innocent man who did nothing other than go out to the same place in which she was eating one of her 18 meals a frickin' day, she's comparing what she did to this. This is how twisted she is. And I hope that poor man never sees or hears what happened, because that's just sad. It's just freaking sad. She said that if they actually did say something to her about it, she would file a lawsuit saying that they were picking on her, saying she couldn't eat there. They were saying she couldn't eat there because she has pink hair, or because she's a woman, or because she's Jewish. So she wants to turn it around and get another lawsuit. Call up Uncle Weinstein or whatever and get another freaking payday off of her freaking perpetual victim crap. She's just so vile. So she's made videos now about her getting called out for that. And then she makes videos talking about HRH and her obsession, the other one, COVID brain makes me not remember things right away. So, another one. Oh, Trisha Paytas. Yeah. She's in love with HRH and Trisha Paytas. So she talks about them and talks about how angry she is that she got called out for doing something cruel. And this is the same beast that sits there and says that she has never made fun of anybody in her life, that she has never put anybody down, that she has never, ever picked on somebody for their looks. Well, what were you doing with the poor man with a lazy eye? Nasty fool. I mean, this is a person who has no relationships with any other humans, and her relationships with the poor animals is dysfunctional. She tries to turn them into circus acts. And as one of the commenters, who is on the bakery, I spied in on the bakery, I saw y'all. Thank you for your kind words about me when I had COVID and the horrible way I was treated. On that note, right now in my state, there are still no beds for anybody who is sick. So people are being forced to go into the ER, spend 9 to 14 hours in the ER, clinging to life as sick, with cyclic vomiting like I had, unable to breathe, and then they're being given medications and they're out. They don't want them back in the treatment area at all. They're loading them up with medications that they would in fact only give people in ICU. Now, in the ER, popping them around and telling them to go home. Basically, to go home and die. If you don't die, they don't know why. If you live, wow, it's a miracle. That's how bad COVID is. But, you know, people can keep thinking that, you know, their biggest issue is to complain about not wearing a mask. And like I say to those people, don't want to wear a mask. Wait till the part when you're coughing up blood. Wait till that part. That's the part that's kind of grounds ya. And then for the people who say, well, you must not want a mask because you got it. Nope. My family brought it to me when they went on vacation. I did not go on vacation because I did not want to get COVID, because I was not vaccinated, because I was waiting for my cardiologist to give me the go-ahead to do it. So my family came home. They were very, very tired. Seemed like they had a cold. I was taking care of my family, and that's how I got COVID. And yes, as my role as a wife and mother, if I lost my life caring for my children or my husband, then I would have died doing what I love. Okay? But in that same vein, I did everything to not get COVID to that point, which I had worked extensively with the public until I got laid off, and had worn my mask and sanitized my hands and limited where I was going and did as much shopping as I could online, etc. So I did what I could to delay it, but I got Delta, so now I am being told I should get the vaccination because I can get regular COVID and then now any of these further variants, which right now nobody's saying you can't get COVID because you have the vaccination. My husband, who was fully vaccinated, had pneumonia, and he's never had pneumonia in his life, and he was very ill, very ill. Not to my level of illness, but very ill. He's never been that sick in his life. And now the big thing is that they say the vaccination makes it so that you are less likely to be hospitalized. Well, here's the riddle. If there are no beds for you to be hospitalized in, if they will not admit you, even if you're in the throes of death, you can't get admitted because there are no beds available in the state, then you have the same likelihood of not being admitted to the hospital as you have getting the vaccine. I'm not anti-vax. I'm just going, what the okay? So, once again, waiting for my cardiologist approval. Well, cardiologist doesn't want me in her office for another 6 weeks. She sent out a cardiac monitor for me because some of the weird stuff that's still happening from COVID. My heart rate will go into the 40s, and it's never done that. I've always had a high heart rate, and I have a couple of rhythms that'll go into. I've had this since I was like 20, and so my heart rate, never goes like below 108, 118. That's me at rest. And so with COVID, it was going into the 40s. never seen anything like it. It was scaring me. And I had angina with it. And I've had episodes of angina. And so I know what it is. And so she sent out a cardiac monitor for me to wear. It came a long way where you can actually have this thing and put it on for 7 to 10 days. And you wear this unit. And it showed her that everything is good, because when my heart goes into the 40s, it corrects itself. It'll go back to like 140, 160. So that's where I'm starting to feel the pain with it and the palpitations. But that's COVID. COVID's still very much affecting my my brain. I can't remember names, places. It's very much like when you see somebody starting to lose their mind when they're older, with the names and stuttering over things. Even if I'm trying to think in my head of names, there's not coming. I still can't breathe out very well. And like I say, the heart issue is there. And I just kind of feel like I've got a cold, like this going into bronchitis, like that bronchitis-y feel. And with my diagnosis of long COVID syndrome, I can technically be shedding the virus. So there's no point in me taking a test to see if I am cleared, because I can still technically be a shedder, because I still have that. And I still get a fever once or twice through the day, just low grade. It'll just kind of run through me. I won't feel very good. I'll feel like I'm going to throw up. It's kind of weird. And that's me now 2 months out. And looking back at the numbers, another doctor that I saw these numbers that I had one night in the ER when they sent me home. She doesn't know how I'm alive. She has no idea. I had thrombocytopenia. Platelets were so extraordinarily high. There's no way I should be here, and not have died from a stroke or a blood clot. But I did everything I could, even when I was not fully conscious. I kept like going through waves of consciousness and not. When I was tracking my fevers and they were 103, 105, I remember that, and the cyclic vomiting and the coughing up blood. And I didn't really understand who was actually talking to me. I saw, family members that have died. They were with me, in my mind. They were right there sitting with me. So I couldn't tell the difference between them and people who were my husband or my kids who were actually at home. I couldn't tell the difference between who was talking. And so it's really like when you get a typical flu, you feel like that, or I guess not to that extreme, but you get to that one point in it where you just can't throw up anymore. You got the dry heaves, right? And then you hit that point, and each 4 hours after you can made it 8 hours, that you're over this flu. With COVID, for me, with the Delta, that same horrible feeling that you get once with the flu continued every 2 to 4 hours. First, it was every 30 minutes, and then every 2 hours, and then 4. But then it would hit back in a 30. But I had meningitis with it, so it's a very, very terrible virus, and I am so thankful for the kind words that I saw you all leaving me in the bakery. It shows that we are a great camaraderie of women who know right from wrong, and that are compassionate and that are indeed empaths. And I was so humbled by seeing the kind comments. Thank you so much. Now, back to the subject with the Lurdo. She will never understand what an empath is, because she started on that for a while. She was getting some views for saying she was an empath. She got a lot of people from the empath community. When she started tapping into that, she realized that's a buzzword. And so now she'll try to talk about it, and she'll say, like, for those that apartment complex that collapsed, fell down, whatever, in Florida, that she was obsessed with. She could see herself there. She could see it. So that's what she calls herself an empath for. No, seeing something tragic like that, we all imagine it, and how tragic and horrible that would be, and just, you hear this rumbling, and then, the helplessness, and, and you're done. That doesn't mean that you're a psychic or an empath. It means that you can relate and you can basically understand what happened and be scared as a human as a cautionary effort. But that does not mean that then you have some spidey sense like she tries to do. But then the next thing out of her mouth was, yeah, those were people who had high-end apartments, and I bet you that they were decorated nice and they had nice things, and those people had money, and I bet you they had handbags. And I wonder what happened to their stuff. So like as soon as she acted like she had some empath capabilities, then she went back into her vulture mode and wanted to know what they had and why she doesn't have it. And it's just so gross. Well, anyway, I saw one of the animal behaviorists, or maybe she said she was a groomer. I don't know what it was, but somebody in the bakery, okay, was saying how badly behaved Friday is. And that basically now, because she ditches animals when they won't perform to her liking. We know this. So Friday's days are numbered in her LBL circus. Number one, she got ripped off for the $1,000 or $1,500, whatever she's going to admit she paid for that mud. Number two, she's saying how it's not cute. Well, that really means that she doesn't want him anymore, and he's on his way out. And we don't know what she does with the animals, and especially one like this. But the person in the bakery was saying, rightfully so, that he's a behavior case now. That if he were to be given to a shelter, he would be on the list to not be adoptable because he's not at all potty trained, and he is not at all trained in any way, shape, or form. She has no idea how to raise anybody. Not herself. She doesn't know how to self-care. She didn't know how to raise her kid, and she sure as hell doesn't know how to rightfully and responsibly care for or raise an animal. And she's getting them these Dollar Tree bones, which God only knows what those actually are. And the bakery had some articles linked, definitely, that those are the kind of bones that were rejected from everywhere else, and they've had metal shards. Many animals have died from them. So knowing that, we know that she has a habit of doing something that will in fact kill the animal, it wouldn't surprise me if she's giving him these that are recalled from the Dollar. She's buying them from the Dollar Tree. No responsible pet owner would actually be getting those or giving them to their dog now, but she is, and it wouldn't surprise me if she's doing it in hopes that then something will happen to him so she can get yet another, which will get her more viewers, because then she'll be able to say, oh, Friday, oh yes, oh well, look what happened, and then she thinks she can get another lawsuit. Yeah, it's just a repetitive cycle. But bottom line is, it's very sad for Friday, because he's getting bigger and bigger, and his shit is going to be like the size of a freaking grown man's. And so there's going to be these giant turds all over her apartment, just soaking into the wood, along with all the pee and everything. Because, she'll get her paper towels, but not one more roll of paper towel than she needs, She doesn't need a whole 4-pack. It just wants the one roll, but she uses paper towels to wipe up these huge freaking human-sized turds now, because she will not take the dog out for a walk, which Friday needs. Friday needs to get out and walk and get some of that energy off. But because she doesn't know how to, responsibly do anything, she won't even waddle to get her own groceries now. And, her new diet, she found some place called Salad A Go-Go or whatever. And so she's now going to go there and get 2 salads a day and watch how thin she'll get. Well, she's the kind of person who would go to McDonald's and think that ordering the salad was a good nutritional choice, which in fact they have shown that, you might as well just got the freaking Big Mac. She's the one who would go through and get the Big Mac, large fries, and order a Diet Coke and say she's on a diet, But then she's talking about, all that she puts on it. Well, she's saying, the chicken breast and glazed Brussels sprouts and everything. You know that she put 1,700 pounds of bacon bits on it, and another 21,000 pounds of dressing on it, and cheese and everything. It's not a salad that's going to make you lose weight, Lardo. It's like you know, if you were going to lose weight on a salad, then yeah, okay, you would make it yourself. You would cut the vegetables because you'd actually go and forage these vegetables from the earth, number one. But let's say you just want to go to the store with your food stamps, because we know she has food stamps. So what's she doing with the food stamps? She's going out and taking herself out to eat 2 and 3 times a day. Huh? Be nice if those that amount that's going to her for her food consumption could actually go to a nice family that, you know, it's hard on the times right now, like we all are, but you know, we gotta pay our taxes so that they can support Lardo. So she's piling on everything that can go. You know, like you saw, she's got the martini. Oh, she had to have 4 olives. She has to get extra olives. She goes into a bar, you know, that has like communal peanuts. She wants her own bowl of nuts. And she'll judge a bar what kind of nuts they have for her to go. And then she's sitting there trying to say that she's out there with friends. And she's not. There's nobody. She wants to film while she's vlogging going through a coffee drive-thru. Not even the ones that she's went to. She'll find one restaurant, haunt it for a couple of weeks, then go somewhere else because they don't want her around them. Like, the first couple of times they see her, they're gonna be like, oh, hi, yeah. And then soon, you know, it's like, who wants to help her? Because no one wants to see her. She knows it. She can feel it. Every time she goes somewhere, she's like, oh, look at how nice they are. Oh, look, that's what I want. I really want them to be. That's their job. She doesn't get that because she never has had a customer service job that she's kept for a week. She could figure out that, you know what, yes, you need to be nice and accommodating to people. That is part of being a skilled employee. But no, she wants people to like bow down to her. You know, bow down and pay to watch her. So, yeah, she had some pretty lame pictures up of her cheering with a drink. So you know that like she'll waddle up to the bar and then start interfering in other people's conversations, putting her phone up like she has so many bars, and be like, I'm vlogging right now, so if you don't want to be on my video, then don't come near me. But then somebody will be like getting a drink, right? And you know, she'll be like, hey, let's do cheers, okay? Hold on, let me get a picture of it for my vlogging. You know, these people don't know her. You know they don't. And then she'll put a reptilian hand up with all the weird freaking tattoos and the freaking stolen nail polish color of the day on, so she can tell Tay-Tay and Irma Brooks Menchaca what color she has of the day. And no doubt it'll be that perfect pink, you know. Oh, not a pink like the 981 she's already had, but oh, the perfect pink. You know, I mean, I don't see how she still gets views, but like she says, she makes so much money now on YouTube, she can't quit. So, you know, it is what it is. And the haters counts as views. So, you know, here I am supporting it. Yep, that's me. And like I said, I don't see how she has fans still, but as somebody very astutely said, Charles Manson had fans, Ted Bundy had fans. So, you know, you put her in with the Ted Bundy and the Charles Manson, and, you know, you got a point. She is one of the, she is a humanoid with so many freaking personality disorders and pathologies of the brain that, yeah, you can lump her in with those two pretty quick, pretty easily, and it's not a stretch. You're like, you know, I didn't even think twice about that. You know, I'm like, wow, you're right. You know, they had fans too. So yeah, I love the comments. They are always pulled by YouTube from complaints before I can ever get them. So I see them in my feed, but they will not be showing because YouTube and the complainers always get them off. So anyway, happy Monday. You don't have to watch her stupid crap because I did it for you and I put it on double speed so it didn't waste all that much of my time. All right. Have a great week, bakers and Lordites and Lordo. All right. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.